Hi there, it's Sam from poodles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one. It's a little drop fronted box. I'm going to slide off the ribbon and it's made with the gorgeous paper whose name I have forgotten, Foil Frenzy. Opens up like that and the front drops down. Too cute. You could put a sentiment on there or something like that, but you can slide all sorts of things in there. Great size for a votive, and actually will hold more than a votive. I can't remember, I think it was washi tape that fitted in here as well, but just nice for a treat. Something yummy in there could work really well. And the lid slips over the top like that, just like that. Does need a bit of ribbon to hold it down sometimes, which is why I've got it, because I think the ribbon looks really cute anyway. And am I going to get that back on? I hope so. There we go. And just a little bit of a simple tag, just some wording on it, just because. How cute. Anyway, so I'm going to show you how to make it. You can get two from a sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock or DSP, because it's 6 by 11 inches, 15 by 27.5 centimetres. Okay, so I've got my scoring tool and a stylus, and on the long side, score it at 1, 3, 6 and 8 inches, which in metric is 2.5, 7.5, 15 and 20, and then turn it round and score it at 2 and 4 inches, which is 5 and 10 centimetres. And when it's finished, it measures up at 2 by 2 by 3 inches. So it's 3 inches tall, 2 by 2, which is 5 by 5 by 7.5 centimetres. So a pretty good size. Okay, love this. You hear it? Woo. Nice, good quality. Okay, fold and burnish your score lines. And do it quite well, because it's craft cardstock that the foiling is done on. So you do have to be, you have to show it who is boss. Okay. Right, so this part here, so we've got thin at the top, square, rectangular, square, rectangular. This is actually the bottom and this one is the front. So the front drops down. So the first thing to do is get rid of those long rectangles, although we are going to flip them and turn them round. So keep hold of them. Hang on to those, because we're going to turn one of them over and put it on the inside. Do wedge these out a little. I've already done that one, because these square parts here, they're going to stick up and stick onto the inside of there. So like I say, wedge them a bit. Wedged one side but not the other. Okay, are you with me so far? That's going to fold up and come on the inside. Now there's other bits to start cutting into. This one here. So we're now building up the back of the box and the side, and wedge into this one here. And hack off quite a lot, because this has got to stick round here to form this part, and so you have to chop off quite a bit. So that's going to stick on the inside. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so we'll come around and do the same here. Straight down the rectangle. So we're keeping our rectangles straight and cutting into the squares. Get rid of that bit and then I will show you again. Hanging on to one of those. So this was the point I started at, so that's going to fold up and round, and that's the bit that's going to drop forwards, and this is going to stick round and create the front. So before I put it all together, I do want to put a panel of this on because it's really lovely. So I've got my trimmer handy, and it measures, you want to make it 1 3/4 inches by 2 3/4, which is 4.5 by 7 centimetres. That was my scoring blade. Cutting one would be better. And you know what, you could even take it a step further and do another layer of it, which is going to take it down to 1.5 by 2.5. So it's going to take it down to 4 by 6.5 centimetres. So actually what you can do is layer it up like that, stamp a little greeting on there, and so when it drops open, there's your greeting. Nothing wasted. Okay, so let's get these bits stuck down first. I love this paper. I kind of missed using annual catalogue product while I was doing Spring Watch. Did you enjoy Spring Watch? I loved it. I had so much fun. What sentiment? I'm just thinking about putting a sentiment on here. I've got Just Because on the outside of this one. And I want to put something on there, Just Because Hello Friend might work. Should we try that one? Is that going to fit? Oh, it will! You see, I can put that in there. And it's Tangerine Tango. Slightly wibbly, but we'll pretend it's not wibbly. Oops. And then that one over here on the top. And you want it to be that way round because it will drop open like that. Right, let's get some glue going on. So we'll glue on here. And we also need glue on this tab that we chopped at, because that is going to stick to there. So you don't want to be putting glue on this part here, put it on the tabs. Always glue those bits. So bring it round and line it up. And this one round. So that's the lid now created. And this one the same here. It's like making a box that doesn't have all the parts to it, isn't it? And this one as well. And that's it made. So that slips around the outside. Box made. Whoops, it's popping up a little bit. Open it up and the front drops down. Hello friend. Oh, I love that. Right. Okay, we don't have a Tangerine Tango ribbon, so I'm going to go with this one, which colour is Peekaboo Peach. That's close enough for me. And my lovely husband has cleaned all my scissors. Cleaned, sharpened and tightened all of them. It was these nuts that was causing the problem. It's good to have an engineer husband in the house, but yeah, he's cleaned all of them and sharpened them. And he said to me, Sam, have you been cutting wire? No, darling, I haven't been cutting wire. Oh, I don't want to tie that up. Why? And he said there's notches out of all of them. That would be small children in the house cutting stuff. Yeah, you've still got to do these ones. Right. So I need a little bit more because I want to stamp on it. The Just Because. And I think that bit might be a bit too small. Oh, I think I'm just about going to fit it on. So Just Because from that same stamp set. Tangerine Tango ink. Just about. And I love the new scallop circles that fit around it. 1 3/8 of an inch. Oh, I'll be lucky to get that in there, won't I? There we go. And I probably should have got a bit of Tangerine Tango cardstock. Let's grab a bit here. because I want the next size up circle, which is the 1.5 inch. And a little hole puncher. That's the wrong size. Where's my little one gone? Here we go. So I'm going to punch a hole in here. Feed through some baker's twine. And tie it in a knot. Now my first one was a little bit short. I think I need to make my loop a little bit longer on this one, just so it hangs down better. Oh, it's maybe too long now. Okay. Fiddle around with your baker's twine and your tag for a while. There we go, that's about the length I want. Glue this onto here. Actually, that might be better with dimensionals. I reckon so. Got to give a little elevation here and there. Over the top. Feed your ribbon on. And now finish it off with tying the bow. I love this crinkle ribbon. It's forgiving with the bow challenged folk like me. And I know I'm not the only one out there, but I also know that there's quite a few people who aren't so keen on this. Trust me, once you get this crinkle ribbon on a project, you will be saying to yourself, why did I not get this earlier? Because I think it's just lovely. There we go. And that, why is that bending that way around? There we go. How cute is that? Very sweet. A box just because. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me, and I hope to speak to you very soon. Bye.